92.1 City and Big Sugar with the scene. It's Kenny. Hey, I wanted to make mention of this again. If you're kind of, kicking around at home and you're bored, the LA Grammy Museum currently closed, right? But they're opening up their archives, over 900 artist interviews. And you have to pay a subscription for this, but they're making it for free, right? Everything. 900 artist interviews, performances, all kinds of really cool stuff. GrammyMuseum.org. That's the website to check out. It's very cool. Right now, June's free. Raw 92.1
Coronavirus. There's a lot of news and all the facts.
On 92.1 City.
I'm Eden Baba with the latest on COVID-19. Health Minister Patty Hajdu says that federal and provincial governments are now looking at ways to standardize public health advice across the country. The House of Commons will reconvene Tuesday to vote on measures to ease the burden of COVID-19 on individuals and businesses. Prince Edward Island has a third confirmed case of COVID-19, a woman in her 20s who had traveled to Spain. The woman flew into Toronto on March 14th and self-isolated at a hotel. She then flew to Moncton, New Brunswick on WestJet Flight 3456 on March 16th and drove back to PEI. The chief medical officer in PEI says the woman has just mild symptoms. And Saskatchewan is reporting 8 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the total up to 52. 33 of those cases are confirmed and 19 are presumptive. The New Brunswick government setting up a phone line for people who have concerns about others not complying with provincial state of emergency orders. The line is to be up and running by Monday. The total in that province still sits at 17, 8 confirmed and 9 presumptive. Keep listening for the latest updates as they happen across Canada.
Raise a little hell. It's 92.1 City on your Sunday. My name is Kenny. Can we give a little bit of love, a shout out to Adam Kane? He tweeted the other day, and it got the legit LOL from me. Adam tweeted, he said, if they ever make opening doors with your elbows in Olympic sport, I think I have a shot at making the team. Well played. Adam won Twitter that day. It was great. I loved it. How you doing with that? I got to admit, man, I've been washing my hands so much, right? But my wife is giving me like hand cream, and now I'm in love with using hand cream. I don't know where 41 years on this earth, and I never used hand cream until now. It's awesome. I don't know what I'm thinking. Foo Fighters, my hero, 92.1 City.
Rena, TJ, and Turnbull's self-isolation tips.
Pick up a new hobby. Might I suggest knitting, basket weaving, scrapbooking, stamp collecting, bird watching, coin sorting, sock folding, Rubik's Cube solving, knuckle cracking, deep freeze organizing, pyramid scam lotion selling, ferret racing. That should keep you busy for the time being.
Helping you practice self-distancing. 92.1 City.
COVID-19 is here, Manitoba, and that's why we all need to do our part now to help stop the spread. We all need to remember the 3 Ps to defeat COVID-19. Remember, protect yourself, protect your loved ones, and protect our community. Get the facts and learn how at covid19manitoba.ca. That's covid19manitoba.ca, and share that with your friends and loved ones. We're in this together, Manitoba.
The capital of rock.
92.1
City.
92.1 City, it's Van Halen and Jump. How are you? It's Kenny. Winnipeg Jets YouTube wormhole I went on the other day, just suggesting that for you if you're kind of bored, got nothing to do. What I did was I went to YouTube and I searched Teemu Selanne, and then boom, 4 hours later, it's like great. There's so many cool videos on the Winnipeg Jets. Go check it out right now. It's a Matt Good Band, Hello Time Bomb on City. Finger 11, One Thing, 92.1 City. It's Kenny. That will actually do it for me today. I wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll get you a COVID-19 update here at the top of the hour, and then also the website, 921city.ca, trustworthy links if you want to do some reading. And while you're there, don't forget about the get-rich-quick scheme that starts tomorrow. All the details are waiting on the website. Take care of yourself tonight. I will catch you tomorrow 9 a.m. just after Rena, TJ, and Turnbull. Be good to one another. Enjoy your evening.
Coronavirus. There's a lot of news and all the facts.
On 92.1 City.
I'm Eden Baba with the latest on COVID-19. The House of Commons will reconvene Tuesday to vote on measures to ease the burden of COVID-19 on individuals and businesses. Government officials say they've been working behind the scenes with opposition parties to make sure the legislation can be debated and passed as quickly as possible. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says Canada is not at the point where the federal government needs to take emergency measures in order to force people to stay at home during the outbreak. Trudeau says provinces and local governments continue to take steps to restrict people's movements, and federal government stepping in is just a last resort. Ontario says it will allow some childcare centres in the province to stay open to care for the children of health workers and first responders. The province says the centres will be required to follow existing health and safety requirements and to have plans in place should any staff, children, or parents be exposed to COVID-19. Education Minister Stephen Lecce says the centres will also be required to limit the number of children they have at one time. And in Quebec, health authorities are opening a walk-in test clinic in the heart of Montreal's entertainment district on Monday. People who wish to be tested are being asked to arrive by car or on foot, but not by public transit. Quebec Premier François Legault says all shopping malls, restaurant dining rooms, and salons in the province must close until May 1st in an effort to keep people from gathering. Keep listening for the latest updates as they happen across Canada.
Rena, TJ, and Turnbull's self-isolation tips.
You could go back through your old high school yearbook and laugh at your haircut. Laugh at all your classmates that landed themselves in jail. And laugh harder at the people that are way more successful than you. Losers, being all successful with your high-paying job, hot wife, honor roll kids, European sports cars, mansion, golf membership. Actually, this is a terrible idea. Don't do that.
Helping you practice self-distancing. 92.1 City.
Stuck at home?
Don't worry, we'll keep you company.
Listen on your smart speaker.
Just say, oh, well, play 92.1 City. Self-isolation isn't as lonely when headstones keep you company.
Listen at home on your smart speaker.
Just say, hey, Alexa, play 92.1 City. Self-isolation isn't as lonely when Rush keeps you company.
Listen at home on your smart speaker.
Just say, oh, well, play 92.1 City.
Gotta get away, Hot Spring 92.1 City. Before we get out of here, I want to say thank you. I did have a wonderful, wonderful night. Some highlights that are happening on City TV. Season finale of Hudson and Rex starts tomorrow at 7 in this time zone. Special premiere of Council of Dads starts at 9. I'm told this one is bound to be a big deal with the fans of This Is Us. Tear-jerking drama about what's made of a family. Friday, there's a 2-hour season premiere of The Wedding Planners. I'll tell you more about what's going on. Listen to the station. There's a cool new contest that's happening, too. Here's an ominous song that's a cowbell classic that always puts a smile on my face when I think of Will Ferrell and his shenanigans. BOC, Don't Fear the Reaper. Have a great night. Do the best you can and live for the music. From 92.1 City.
Right now, even if you feel like you're stuck indoors, you can still buy a little freedom. And we've got the cash to help.
Win $1,000 with 92.1 City's Get Rich Quick Scheme. Get Rich Quick Scheme!
Your next chance to win is tomorrow morning at 8.
At Tim Hortons, we're proud to serve all of our communities across Canada. During this time, we're all experiencing a few changes to our routines. Here's what you can expect from us. Our drive-thrus are here for you. Our app is here for your mobile orders. And our delivery partners are here to bring your orders to your door. Because we want to be the kind of good neighbor that every community deserves. Tim Hortons, proudly serving our community.
Local radio is awesome. Every day it connects millions of Canadians to their communities with local news, traffic, and weather, local sports, entertainment, and events. But don't just take my word for it. There's also my mom.
Hello.
My sister and her kids.
Hi.
My buddy Dave around the corner.
Yo.
The guys at my neighborhood pizza place.
Hey.
My coworkers.
Hi. Hey, how's it going?
My local taxi driver.
Hey, how are you?
Even weird Uncle Andy.
Go on, pull my finger.
Yeah, local radio. It's where you live.
Coronavirus. There's a lot of news and all the facts.
On 92.1 City.
I'm Asher Roth with the latest on COVID-19 from across Canada. 3 more people have died since Saturday in British Columbia connected to the virus. That province is dealing with a total of 472 people who have tested positive. 100 have now recovered. Alberta's premier has harsh words for people in that province who aren't self-isolating during the pandemic. Jason Kenney aimed his latest remarks directly at the Canadian snowbirds returning home. Alberta now has 42 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the total total in the province to just over 300. The chief medical health officer says 18 of them are in hospital. And mail delivery has stopped in St. John's and Mount Pearl in Newfoundland and Labrador after a Canada Post employee tested presumptively positive for the virus. Employees at Canada Post's Kenmount Road facility in St. John's were informed and sent home to await further information. Mail and parcels will not be delivered today, and Canada Post says it will continue to evaluate the situation with further updates to come. Keep listening for the latest updates as they happen across Canada.
92.1 City, we've partnered up with Santa Lucia and their Raising Dough Pizza giveaway. Pizza and being at home go hand in hand, and now I imagine we're spending a lot more time at home these days, so why not? 92.1city.ca for details. Ahead by a century, here's the Tragically Hip.
Always with you on the Radio Player Canada app.
92.1 City.
Loverboy on 92.1 City. There's a lot more of us wearing pajama pants and not even getting out of them unless it's to change into your second pair of pajama pants. Families spending a lot more time at home, and we all know why. And when it comes to eating, the breakfast, the lunches, the dinner/supper, where do you have it? Do you have it in front of the TV? It's easy to have it in front of the TV. You just kind of zone out and eat whatever the hell's put in front of you. When's the last time you had a Hungry Man TV dinner? However, family meals at the actual table, even if it means sitting in the basement and everybody has a TV tray, it improves family functioning. Just not so you're finding out about the feelings and the day-to-day activities of what everybody is doing. It also increases tolerance. And I think that's the most important thing. Tolerance and family equals a little bit more sanity in your own personal world. Yes? Yes. My hero. Here's Foo Fighters. I'm Poncho. This is 92.1 City.
Rena, TJ, and Turnbull's self-isolation tips.
You need to have the right kind of food, not just the essentials like bread and milk, but it's the snacks that I'm worried about. Because when you're binging that season of Love is Blind on Netflix, how can you watch it properly without that bag of munchies? How's your candy supply? Do you have enough sour soothers to get you through Glee for the 7th time? What about a box of popsicles? Nothing says powering through Ashton Kutcher's show The Ranch without a big old space pop in your mouth. If anything's going to get us through this, it's snacks.
Helping you practice self-distancing. 92.1 City.
COVID-19 is here, Manitoba, and that's why we all need to do our part now to help stop the spread. We all need to remember the 3 Ps to defeat COVID-19. Remember, protect yourself, protect your loved ones, and protect our community. Get the facts and learn how at covid19manitoba.ca. That's covid19manitoba.ca, and share that with your friends and loved ones. We're in this together, Manitoba.
One great city. The legendary 92.1 CITI FM Winnipeg. 92.1 City.
Coronavirus. There's a lot of news and all the facts.
On 92.1 City.
I'm Asher Roth with the latest on COVID-19 from across Canada. The Prime Minister is not mincing his words when it comes to people not complying with self-isolation and distancing protocols. Justin Trudeau, in his strongest language yet, warns the federal government is prepared to use special tough measures to ensure people don't spread the virus by gathering in large crowds. Quebec's COVID-19 case count has nearly tripled, reaching 628. That's the highest in the country and includes 4 deaths. Premier Francois Legault says it appears the virus is now being transmitted through the community and that all non-essential businesses will be ordered to close no later than midnight Tuesday, local time. And Conservative leadership candidate Peter MacKay says the late June election for party leader should be moved up and held as soon as possible. MacKay says the party needs a permanent leader sooner rather than later. This comes after 2 other candidates requested that the contest be postponed so people can focus on COVID-19 readiness and staying healthy. Keep listening for the latest updates as they happen across Canada.
Big Sugar on 92.1 City. I'm Poncho. Crazy Train. Classic Ozzy. We're going to get into that. Ozzy Osbourne, he plays a voice. He plays the role of Thrash. Thrash is the king of the hard rock trolls. It's for an upcoming movie, Trolls World Tour. And it was supposed to hit theaters, but because theaters have closed because of COVID-19, it is going to be released to stream online April 10th via On Demand. And the soundtrack, because it's a musical-themed movie, there is a lot, I mean a lot of rock in it.
And I like the whole synopsis. So there's 6 tribes of trolls, and each is devoted to a different genre of music. One of those is rock. And so Thrash, the king of the hard rock trolls, again voiced by Ozzy, they want to destroy all other styles of music so that rock can rule. There's a girl by the name of Rachel Bloom. She does all of the singing, at least for the rock songs in that movie. She covers Ozzy's Crazy Train, Heart's Barracuda, and Scorpions' Rock You Like a Hurricane. Now, don't get me wrong, it's no Klaus Meine and the Scorpions, but I mean, not bad. Crazy Train, it's Ozzy, the original, and it's on 92.1 City.
Rena, TJ, and Turnbull's self-isolation tips.
Hey, it's TJ. It's perfectly normal as parents to be stressing about these next few weeks. There's nothing worse than cooped up kids yelling, "Dad, I'm bored. Mom, why can't we do anything fun?" Might I suggest earplugs, locks in your bedroom doors, soundproofing, putting your hands over your ears and going, la, 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 and booze.
Helping you practice self-distancing. 92.1 City.
$1,000 buys a lot of toilet paper or hand sanitizer, or it just gets you a PS4 or an Xbox. Any of them easily delivered to your door.
Win $1,000 with 92.1 City's Get Rich Quick Scheme.
Get Rich Quick Scheme.
Your next chance to win is tomorrow morning at 8. What?
Coronavirus. There's a lot of news and all the facts.
On 92.1 City.
I'm Asher Roth with the latest on COVID-19 from across Canada. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau held a conference call with provincial and territorial leaders this evening. A federal source who spoke on condition of anonymity says there was a lengthy discussion about whether the federal government should invoke the Emergencies Act to give itself extraordinary powers to deal with the health crisis. The federal government continues to consider the Emergencies Act to be a last resort. British Columbia politicians have unanimously passed legislation to spend $5 billion to help the province fight the novel coronavirus. Members of the legislature's 3 parties, including the minority New Democrats, opposition Liberals, and Greens, also passed a new employment standards legislation to ensure that workers don't lose their jobs as a result of the pandemic. And Ontario is ordering the closure of all non-essential businesses in the province in a bid to limit the spread. Premier Doug Ford says he continues to ask everyone to stay home and practice social distancing. Ontario now has 503 confirmed cases, including 6 deaths. Keep listening for the latest updates as they happen across Canada.
Danko Jones Show, you're always entertained. He always takes you to that magical place. That rock, that dirty rock and roll. He has a little Paul Stanley in his show. He's got a little David Lee Roth, and then he has his own magic. Whoa, 3-piece that surely knows how to entertain. So you're working at home. Keep us on at home. Just tell your smart speaker to listen to 92.1 City.
Rena, TJ, and Turnbull's self-isolation tips.
Get to know that roommate of yours. You know, the girl you live with. Maybe you're married to her. You haven't really had a meaningful conversation with her in a few months. If you don't want to talk to her, how about trying to watch some of her favorite shows? You know, like those reality shows like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette or Bachelor in Paradise or, oh boy.
Helping you practice self-distancing. 92.1 City.
Hello, it's Jeff from Reliance Superior. We know things are uncertain right now, but if you need furnace, hot water, or plumbing help, we're here for you. Understanding the seriousness of the current situation, we're taking great pains to make sure that any visit to your home is safe for you as well as our Reliance team members. So if you find yourself in need of a heating or plumbing professional, we're here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As always, when you need help you can trust, just call on Reliance.
I can't just be in love with VH 92.1 City. So on the virus front, 383,944 confirmed cases, 16,595 deaths, 101,911 resolved cases. In this country, 2,091 confirmed and presumptive cases, 24 deaths, 15 resolved cases. Parliament returns to deal with emergency measures. Here's the headstones, 92.1 City. Kim Red Show, and it's rock and roll dirty on 92.1 City. I want to do a shout out to a lot of the independent businesses in Winnipeg. They have to do what they have to do to survive. This is from Denelli Clothing, and I'm quoting, "Friends and family, thank you for your support during this difficult time. As Aubrey heads out to deliver gift certificates and other requested items, we wanted to check in and let you know we are thinking of you and hope all is well." They went on to say, "We're here for you and able to help with anything you may need, clothing, groceries, you name it. If you would like to purchase gift certificates for yourself or a loved one to use later, we can take payments over the phone or via email, and we'll be offering free curbside deliveries. Spring is still coming, and we have lots of fresh product in the store. See our stories for some of what you have to look forward to once we can get together again. Love." And a lot of businesses, we feel for local businesses, and we have to try to our best to support. I'm going out to order some local meals. Here's the food.
COVID-19 is here. To stop the spread in Manitoba, we all need to act now to protect ourselves, our loved ones, and our community. Wash your hands frequently. Don't touch your face with unwashed hands. Disinfect surfaces. Cover your cough or sneeze. Stay at least 2 meters or 6 feet away from others in public. And if you feel sick, stay home. That's how we beat COVID-19. Go to covid19manitoba.ca for more. covid19manitoba.ca. Stay safe, stay strong. We're all in this together, Manitoba.
Coronavirus. There's a lot of news and all the facts.
On 92.1 City.
I'm Karen Ciolin with the latest on COVID-19. The Prime Minister is calling on the opposition parties to play ball when it comes to passing the government's COVID-19 aid package. But the Conservatives are concerned the bill gives the government too much power. Conservative leader Andrew Scheer says his party will support emergency efforts to get money to Canadians during this pandemic, but not the way the bill is worded right now. A fundamental shift in the spread of the virus in Canada. The country's top doctor says the number of Canadian cases linked to travel and community spread are now about even. Dr. Teresa Tam says if we're ever going to stop the virus from spreading within the community, social distancing and staying 2 meters apart from others is essential. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump is weighing how to refine social distancing guidelines to put some workers back on the job by Easter. At a virtual town hall hosted by Fox News, Trump said that's when he's hoping the country will be reopened. Health experts strongly disagree. Keep listening for the latest updates as they happen.
Johnny with a Nip and Courage, Tuesday night, 92.1 City. So I'd love for you to nominate a local legend. Go to 921city.ca, and there's a form on the website. You can access the content from the whole page. The local legend could be someone on the front line staff helping get groceries, people working in hospitals. Maybe it's your neighbor taking out your garbage. God bless those people in the front line. God bless those people in the front line. Manitoba, we are in this together. Stay positive. And remember, there are good people out there helping our community. Nominate a local legend. Here's Aerosmith, Love in an Elevator, 92.1 Chicago, Illinois. Formed in 1989. That is Smashing Pumpkins in 92.1 City. I always love how their music was distinguished from other grunge rock in the way that they incorporated high production values, gorgeous ornate arrangements, and then the gift of melody that Billy Corgan executed in the songs always reminded me of what ELO was doing, what Boston was doing. It just brought it home in such a nice way. Keep your spirits high. Listen to music. Go for a walk. Read a good book. Enjoy family game night. Check in on a friend. The year started off a little not so good when we heard about Neil from Rush. But we always have Rush's music to take us to those magical places. Here's Rush on 92.1 City. Johnson from Winnipeg. And turn the lights on. Go to Jazz with Big Sugar on a Tuesday night at 92.1 City. Don't forget, museums, galleries are offering online tours as a break from the COVID-induced cabin fever. the Canadian Human Rights Museum, the Winnipeg Art Gallery. Go online, check it out. It's kind of cool. I ought to go back and play you something from AC/DC, title track of Back in Black. This was the time, and this is 1980, where they introduced the concept of less is more to heavy rock. This is their feel-free, amped-up blues boogie. It's as straightforward as rock and roll gets. Man, has it ever served them well over the years. They put everything into it. Everything. That brew was so potent, and it's still being felt 40 plus years later. And the question is this the greatest rock album of all time, or is it Led Zeppelin 4? Here's Back in Black on 92 and
Coronavirus. There's a lot of news and all the facts.
On 92.1 City.
I'm Karen Ciolin with the latest on COVID-19. As of today, Quebec has the most COVID-19 cases in this country. There are 1,013 cases in that province. Across Canada, there are more than 2,700 infections. The federal government is still negotiating emergency legislation to help Canadians cope with the coronavirus. Conservative leader Andrew Scheer says his party plans to support the $82 billion aid package proposed by the Liberals, but the Tories are not prepared to give the government the taxing and spending powers they want. And Canada is bracing for the possibility that the COVID-19 outbreak in the U.S. could get a lot worse. That's as the White House says anyone who's left New York, the epicenter of America's outbreak, should put themselves into quarantine for 14 days. But Prime Minister Trudeau says the current travel restrictions at the border will suffice for now. Keep listening for the latest updates as they happen across Canada.
Pour some sugar on me. Def Leppard was to go out with Poison and Motley Crue and Joan Jett. I hope that still comes to fruition for a whole bunch of reasons, for a whole bunch of fans. Skylar Bouchard, we met him a couple of weeks ago. Skylar Bouchard, at his Instagram page today, and I'm quoting, as a writer, I'm used to social distancing. I sit behind my notebook and obsess for hours over the perfect adjective or visceral verbiage. That being said, I do really miss performing. Skylar is going live this Thursday at 5 p.m. He's worth checking out. And don't forget, Rami Mays is doing something on Friday. Here's Moist and Silver.